crazy to think that it's been a year. It went by in a flash, but it feels like I barely moved. Sure, I have discovered new things, dreams, goals, and even some ambition. But I just think I should have done more. I just shouldn't have quit that easily. I could have pushed just a little more. I hope you're still at it, and that you did something real. Something to be proud of. I think I forgot what that felt like. Whenever I would introduce myself to somebody, I would usually start off with, well, my life is pretty boring. And then I'd go ahead and tell what I did growing up, the things that I'm doing right now. Whenever somebody asked me why I thought my life was boring, I would think for a second and say, because my life was never really hard. Over the years, I found that this who am I question was always difficult. But there is an answer, and I know just where to find it. Who am I? Young and confused probably describes it best. Part-time unstoppable and invincible, and yet somehow already defeated. That's what I mean by confused. My worldview has changed and done a 180-degree turn 3 times now, and each time it felt 100% right. I'm looking for something. I don't know exactly what it is or what it feels like, but something's missing. And right now my mission is to somehow fill that void. It feels so close and yet so far. Yeah, I'm confused, but I'm on my way. Hey, can I ask you something? Sure. Go ahead. When was the last time you actually thought to yourself, hey, I did a good job? I don't really know. Every time I did something or achieved something, it was always like pretty doable. And more often than not, I just quit. Well, but if it didn't suit you then... No, whatever I did was obviously pretty doable. And whenever things got hard, I just quit. And I think that if I didn't quit back then, or if I didn't quit whenever things got hard, I would be somewhere now. I just feel like I'm behind. You do understand that just because something is possible doesn't mean you have an obligation to do it, right? What do you mean by that? I mean, hypothetically, it could be a pro Olympic swimmer, right? But just because you can be a pro swimmer doesn't mean you have to be a pro swimmer. That is something completely different. I don't have the definite answer either, but I just think you're a little bit too hard on yourself. And you should take some time to enjoy your achievements. That's just my opinion. You'll figure it out. And to some part, you already have. For a long time I felt like I was operating at 50%, that there was just something wrong with me. After every achievement, I felt a short burst of pride and satisfaction, though that feeling vanished pretty quickly and I just felt nothing again. I was in a consistent cycle. On New Year's night I ran a marathon, but I still have energy left. So instead of being proud, I felt like I didn't give enough, like I didn't live up to my potential. As soon as I achieved something, I raised the bar of expectation for myself. That's the way I was thinking my entire life. The more I thought about this mindset, the more I realized how wrong it was. Then a new thought entered my mind. What if I'm actually giving 100%? I'm just expecting 200% of myself.
Jetzt rein. Jungs, Nico, Ey, yo, Nico. Ey, yo, Sascha. Also, alle Jungs sind hier, Leute.
Alter, alle Jungs,
Jo, abonniert auf jeden Fall seinen Kanal.
There's something I didn't tell you. There was one more page. Who do I want to be? A tough question, but an important one. When we try to move forward without having a clear goal, we often fail. So I think it's important for me to know who I want to be. Honestly, I never really thought about this before. I guess I'm still figuring that out too. What I know for certain right now, I want to be an inspiration for others, someone who gives people energy to pursue their own dreams. I do not want my actions to depend on people, trends, or on some random impulses. I want to be physically and mentally strong, resilient. I want to be grateful, always, no matter how I feel. In August this year, we went on a 100-kilometer charity hike.
Ihr blöde Wichser. Noch 8. Er redet schon auf das, also keine Lust mehr.
I had a lot of time to think about myself and how I viewed myself. And stumbling over these journal entries finally gave a look into my past self where my self-doubt had its roots. It has been like this for a long time, that I didn't really know what to do with myself. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I didn't have any goal in mind. I just automatically always thought I had to do better. It was only when I read the second journal entry that I finally had to admit to myself, I'm actually succeeding in becoming the person that I dreamed of being. The most important thing I learned was that just because something is doable doesn't mean that it needs to be done. And as much stress and self-doubt this era of my life has actually caused, I think it was absolutely necessary.